Purpose. Brought to you by Uganda First.
Hello, Youth of Purpose. My name is Untitled and today we are on the Karuma Bridge. As you can see up here and behind me, you can see it as well. We are going to be crossing over to the northern region of Uganda, so you expect to see more from the other side. I will be right back to show you more. Hello guys, as I had promised to take you around the northern part of Uganda, we are in Gulu city, and as you can see, we are in a certain school. It's called Sacred Heart SS Gulu. So we're going to be talking to the different people, the head teacher, the students themselves, and probably the matron or the patron of the Patriotism Club. So please stay with us and get to see. Hello, my name is Ishimwe and I'm at Sacred Heart SS Gulu, and I'm going to be talking to the headmistress. Hello.
Hello.
Would you please introduce yourself and tell us your names?
I'm Sister Ellen Lamuno, the head teacher of Sacred Heart SS in Gulu.
Okay, Madam Head Teacher, please tell us about patriotism in Sacred Heart SS.
Yeah, patriotism in Sacred Heart SS in Gulu. What I've observed with this club, I think they are the most active club in this school. And when there is problem, you find that these patriots are the first to report. For example, in case of sickness, when a student is very sick in the dorm, they will even carry that student very fast. At times they will not even call the head teacher, they will call the driver direct to take the student to the hospital. And I think that was good, also saving life, and that is also love for neighbor and for the country Uganda, because when you are helping your neighbor, you are helping Uganda. So that is what I've observed with the girls in Sacred Heart as far as patriotism is concerned.
Okay, what else, can you, what else, apart from them being so good in helping others, what are some of the things that they do that could that could help any other person out there who has just come in school to identify those who are in the Patriotism Club from other students?
At times when a visitor is stranded somewhere in the compound, they will go and direct that visitor to go in the right place. Like maybe one is looking for the head teacher's office, then they will lead that person there, or to another place within the school.
Okay, why do you think these patriotism clubs are important in schools?
I think they are very important because I know as they begin from here in a very humble way, it can promote them in the future to do something greater than that. For example, I've seen many of our girls joining police force. They are already trained, and they joining the army or prisons. And because of this background, they are taken very fast. When they apply there, they are taken, especially when they see that this is a certificate for patriotism. That person will be admitted immediately. And it is not only in the school but also outside the school. It can help them to carry on with their maybe with their future responsibilities.
Okay, besides being favored as a patriotism, being in a patriotism club, what else is the other advantage of being in a part of the patriotism club?
These patriots also have learned more about what is going on, especially in Uganda. Some of them, they also go through the newspapers like the Monitor. Then later on they inform other students of what is going on in the country. Like a news presenter, when students are for assembly, for them they are reporting about what is going on.
I thought that is more with the writers club, maybe the ones who do that. So even the patriotism clubs do it.
Patriots, you find that they want to be involved everywhere where there is need. Even where they don't belong, you find they are there. Because maybe things are not done the right way, they have to come in and do something.
Madam Teacher, before we close this conversation, what is your appeal to the schools that have not yet embraced this patriotism club thing?
I think there is need for sensitization in these schools so that they may understand and know more about patriotism, because at times they don't know why they are doing it in other schools. So by sensitizing them, I think many of them will be involved also in this same club.
Thank you so much. Patriots from Sacred Heart, SS Gulu. So we're just going to have a little chat with them. Hello, my beautiful ladies. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
What are some of the values of patriotism?
Hardworking.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Damari.
Okay, Damari. You as a person, as a patriot, what do you think like people who keep littering different things all over, what would you tell them, or what you as a person, what have you done to make sure that the environment you live in is protected?
Actually, I've been moving around the streets, emphasizing on littering the.
Are you sure? On streets?
Yeah, I'm very sure. Because I'm patriotic, eh? So I advise people outside there.
So when you're a patriot, things of slaying, you don't just, but you slay in a nice way. And you're telling people to do good things, eh? Okay, let's continue.
Right. I advise people outside there not to drop caveras, plastic bottles. In fact, when you're moving along the streets, you'll find there dustbins put along the streets for you to drop your rubbish after, like using, I can say, a bottle of water, a cavera, you drop in there. Litter the streets to keep the country clean. And then I've been also doing charitable work, like cleaning, sweeping the streets. Yeah, you come, you sweep. And then I've been moving like to hospitals, like we move in a group to help the sick. We have been moving in groups like to help the sick people, provide them with things like soap, I can say pads, and all that.
Wow, that's lovely. But how many so far, and which places specifically have you visited? Like hospitals or just people in their homes?
Actually, I've ever been to Lacho Hospital. It's just right there. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I'm also going to be speaking to the matron of the Patriotism Club in Sacred Heart, SS Gulu. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Adong Eunice, the matron, Patriotism, Sacred Heart Secondary School.
As you're telling us about patriotism and then how you teach different things or different values, things about patriotism, I would like to know, is it possible to teach one how to love their country? Because some of these things are just not, they say love is natural. So how are you teaching them to love their country? And please tell us about it.
Patriotism, this came as an initiative from the president of the country. This ideology of patriotism that talks about the love, the deep love for our country, the love for oneself and for others is something really important. You know, most people say you cannot be taught how to love, that love is something that is inborn. But I would like to tell the viewers, sometimes we don't practice the love, and sometimes you find that people are not conscious or aware that we should show love for our country, that we should do things that show that we love our country. For example, right now you find that trees are being cut down in big numbers while people are not planting trees, and this is resulting into a change in the climate, like desertification. This is affecting our well-being, and yet our country is a beautiful one. We have caveras, we have plastics, but people dispose them all over the place. We don't have proper disposal of waste. And we are not aware that by doing that, we destroy our environment and we end up suffering because of what we have done. So for me, I feel it's important for us to be taught, for us to be reminded that we should love our country, have love for our country. Because if we love our country, we will protect it. We will conserve our environment. So here in Sacred Heart Secondary School, we uphold patriotism. The patron and I, as the matron of Patriotism Club, we are doing a lot to train the girls to practice patriotism, to have love for themselves, love for nature, love for the environment, love for everyone. So in doing that, we have a number of activities that we do here. For example, we take part in charity work. These are the girls who clean the school environment. Actually, they spearhead the cleaning of the school environment with the others. They clean the church. Right now, they constantly remind their colleagues to always wear their mask properly and at all times. Not only that, we have a school garden behind the school where we plant some greens, and the greens help to enable that they have a balanced diet. So that sometimes greens are also prepared in the school. And most important is that we teach them about the importance of the national symbols, of which one we have the national flag. We tell them, and now they know, and they do raise, they hoist the flag every morning, and it's lowered every evening in accordance with the rules regarding it. Not only that, they also participate in parades during special days like Independence Day, Heroes days when we have parades. These girls take part and they are good at it. We also have special days in the school where they do take part. We don't only participate in the drills, the physical drills. Of course, the physical drills help to teach them respect and also being orderly. But also, we teach them this ideology of patriotism. Like, we want them to show these values. We want them. We inculcate in them the core values of patriotism. The values like hard work, love, values like discipline, responsibility, time management, and all the others. And we see it in them.
Having heard from the patron, the students, the head teacher from Sacred Heart SS Gulu, so as usual, I cannot leave you without a skill. Stay with us and have a look. Hey, today we are at Volunteer Action Network and we're going to be talking to a gentleman right here. He's just next to me and he's going to be taking us through the process through which these pads are made. And most importantly, these pads are not reusable, they're disposable, and they do consider the environment while they're making them. The whole process, they make sure that the girl child is safe and at the same time, the environment is also protected. Let me just get straight to the gentleman and he's going to be telling us more. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? What's your name? And tell us the whole thing.
Thank you so much. My name is Kenya Musa. I'm working with the Volunteer Action Network. At the plant where you are, this is where we make our Lucky Girl sanitary pads. And we have a wonderful project which is Health Periods Initiative. We do manufacture sanitary pads to make sure that every girl and every woman have access of sanitary pads that are environmental friendly and that can provide their dignity actually. So we manufacture the sanitary pads which are disposable despite of many making reusable pads. We think every woman deserves to have a product that is suitable and comfortable and can make them feel free when they're experiencing their periods. So I'm going to take you through.
Before we go to that, most people prefer the reusable ones because at least for it you can, like, let's say like within such areas, like the reusable ones could be easy to access, like you use today and then you wash and then use it tomorrow. But again, why come up with this? Because they might be like, I may not be able to buy it, then why opt for this?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think also the reusable pads are very wonderful options, very wonderful solutions. But we think in the context of rural villages, the problem of accessibility of water, the problem of the culture myth, the problem of environmental issues, those are still core issues that need to be sorted out before we embark onto using reusables. Think about a family that does not have access to clean water. How would you clean it? Think about the myth where you're not supposed to expose your sanitary pads, and yet it is the process that you can use to disinfect it through sunshine. So we think about those issues and we said, no, we need to make something that is going to be in conformity of the current situation, but also provides a solution that is really affordable and accords dignity to everyone.
Where do you get those, and how do you, would you take us through the process, explain in the simplest way for one to understand?
Yeah, these raw materials, 80% are locally sourced of the raw materials that we use to make these sanitary pads. And simply we need to have wood pulp, we need to have PE. PE is just a small micron polythene that is easily biodegradable, and we need to have nonwoven, and after that then you need to have simple semi-auto plant like this one you see around. Then you need to have small gadgets to use that will give you proper measurements, and then you're set to go. And I can show you how the process run around.
Yeah, I would really love to see how it's all done. So where do we start from?
Thank you so much. It has only 5 steps, and the first step is the defibration process. The defibration process we use this defibrator. This is where we are putting our wood pulp, and this wood pulp will be recycled to make a far like this one. So normally we use electricity. This one uses electricity to grind it and make it into a far like this one. Then from this process, we will come to this process here. We have our far. And we have to make sure that the product we are making is measured. We need to make 80 grams that can be thin and in medium, that can bring comfort with somebody who's using it. So we measure 80 grams. We make sure we have to make our 80 grams. So you measure it so that you have a clear measurement of it. And then afterwards, you have to bring it to the molding stage. This molding stage here. Have this one. This compressor uses pressure, uses a gas pressure, here. Then you just push it inside, and then you have to press down to compress it. Then after compressing it, you need to get already our molded bread, and then we need to have this PE, which is a small polythene, because we want to make sure that our product will not have any leak when it comes out. So we use that one. And then we'll have our bread put on that PE. Finally, we have only 8 grams here of this product. Then we go to stage 3. Some of the parts uses electricity, and some parts uses it's just manual. So the process there of making our bread, it was electricity, but this one it is the same process, but it's a manual one, which you can also do. It's a manual process. You just put our bread there and you use your leg, the way you do, and then it will compress it. You find that it's already compressed. So, and we make sure that what we're using is stainless, because stainless has the it doesn't leave or gets in any element that will cause any irritation. So then from that stage we go to the 4th stage, and that stage is the sealing stage. From our 5th stage is putting on the release paper. Normally this release paper is the paper that we put on the top here, and this is what will help our pad to stay.
So from this, he's going to show us that, which is the last stage. Yeah, the last stage, that is the sealing. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, this is our fourth stage actually in the process of making these pads. After molding it and coming up with our bread, we call it bread because it is so sweet. So we come to this stage. On this stage, we use this machine. This machine seals and cut at the same time, and we use nano oven. Nano oven, it is a mixture of cotton and polythene so that it is smooth and gentle on the skin. So we use it. I have my team member here who is doing a wonderful job. Alice, you can see how she's making it. So from that stage, we have to make sure that our pad, because the process might have had some contamination. So we use the UV sterilization process that can, kill any foreign element that might have come across our product, because we want to have it safe for our beneficiaries or the people who will use it. So
from there, it comes straight here.
From here, this is our UV treatment plant. It uses UV sterilization process. So we sterilize it for 30 minutes to make sure that it is safe and it is clean. And then from that process, immediately we take it for packing.
Most people would be wondering, they do not know, they might be asking themselves, are all these machines from our Uganda or outside? Please clarify.
Thank you so much. Actually, 70% of the machineries that you see here are locally made machines. Yeah, there's only 2 machines that were procured from India, but majority of them are locally made. We made them ourselves. Actually, our big vision is to make sure that we become the leading supplier of both machineries, materials, and the affordable sanitary pads in the country, because we want to address that gap. In our packaging, we pack, you can see, we are packing in a paper wrapped smart pack. So we need to address the issue so that we can have we use the materials that are easily to be biodegradable. So we pack it, and then after packing it, we seal it. In this pack, it contains 8 pieces in each pack, and then it is ready for consumption.
So from the whole process, this is our last product, the Lucky Grow. You could also go grab yourself one. It's totally locally made, and which is also under our theme, Uganda First. Buy Uganda, build Uganda. Uganda First. You've been with me, Ishimwe Kathy. Bye bye. See you next time.
Youth of Purpose. Brought to you by Uganda First.